Hello.
Surprise, surprise, we're doing this live, friends. Technology's great until it's not. But if you don't recognize this gorgeous blonde on your screen, this is Banta. She's the author of the much exciting and upcoming novel, The Court of Venus.
Yay.
Hi! Do you want to tell us about your little spiel? Do you want to tell us what it's about?
Sure. So The Court of Venus is a romantic fantasy set in a Tudor-inspired magical court where the closer you are to the king, the more likely you are to die. It follows a magician with moon powers who is trying to solve kind of a royal mystery and ends up having to team up with her childhood rival Roland, who is a Venus magician, so he can sense desire and kind of manipulate beauty and that kind of thing. Um, and yeah, as they work together, sparks fly, I guess. That's kind of how I would pitch it.
More than sparks, it's sizzling. It's hot. The tension like leading up to everything, I was just like, oh.
So
I
sweet.
to prevent spoilers and being ambiguous, um, we're gonna ask some questions and maybe we'll get lucky and Belle will answer. Maybe she won't. I don't know. We'll see. But we'll start it easy. If you could pick one song to set the mood, what would it be and why?
Definitely, I use it a lot, is Cosmic Love by Florence and the Machine. I just think it's perfect for this book. It very fitting in a lot of ways. And also like I think when you read this book, the magic system also is very um kind of feels like this song as well to me. If like you know what I'm talking about. So I think it works on multiple levels.
That's a good
Definitely.
choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Florence. I feel like all of her songs are so moody and like perfect.
Yeah. A lot of my playlist is for this book is Florence and the Machine, for sure.
Good to know. Do you have a playlist anywhere that every
I
like
do. I do. I can send it to you. I do.
else? And oh, maybe like I'll share the link so everybody can go and listen along too.
Yeah.
What scenes do you think would grab new readers' attention the most? If you had to say
Ooh.
one scene to be like, this is what's going to grab you.
I feel like the first, maybe you can disagree with me on this. I feel like maybe the first scene where Bianca's returning to Albion and Roland kind of struts through the the court and they see each other for the first time in like 5 years. I feel like that moment to me, just the history between them and kind of like what they yeah, like a lot of the tension between them and also just what they've lost. Like they have a lot of shared loss between them, and kind of we see Roland is kind of benefiting from the loss in this really interesting way, in the sense that he's now kind of the you know the king's right hand, but also is in a really dangerous and precarious position. And then we have Bianca kind of trying to sneak her way back in. I feel like that one is very I love it. I think they're like first re-meet when they haven't seen each other for a really long time.
I think that's a good choice, especially because like you're setting so much of the groundwork for what's going to happen, of what the emotional impact is going to be, and the underlying like what's the plot, what's happening here exactly, and plus you're giving a little bit of like the setting and every. I think that's a good choice. What was your favorite scene to write?
I love I love when Bianca spies in various animal forms. Like I just
Yes.
think it's so fun. I love writing dialogue, and I loved just having her just be like a mouse perched and observing kind of the court politics
Yeah.
unseen. I think that's just so fun. So I love writing those kinds of
I thought
scenes.
their banter was like really good. And do you want to explain really quick like how their magic works and like what Bianca's
Yeah, yeah,
all of her like Venus and what it gives her? Yeah, you got
yeah.
it.
Oh, either of us. I mean, so as a moonborn, she can influence emotions and memories, and then she can also shapeshift. kind of like how the phases of the moon shift. That was kind of the inspiration for that. So she kind of has forms that she prefers. So she loves like being a cat. She loves being a mouse, like kind of anything where she can kind of like sneak around and spy and kind of do anything like that is her favorite. So yeah, I
Yeah.
love writing those scenes.
A mouse, and it's such a small creature, and like you don't think of it being powerful, but she is so powerful and so strong, and she has so much influence, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just ironic because like she's such a big character and she prefers such a teeny tiny little thing.
Yeah.
um and then so she's our female main character, and then our main male character is Roland. Do you want to explain Roland's?
Yes, so he is a Venus born, and they, as I said, kind of have they can sense desire and they can kind of sense what bonds people. So by that I mean like they can look at two people and be like, oh, these are friends or these are lovers or these people are married. So they can kind of sense like what connects people in that way, which I think is a very advantageous magic to have at a court like this one.
Mhm.
And then they can also kind of make things aesthetically more pleasing, is kind of how I describe it. So like if you have anything broken, they can fix that. They kind of influence. I think of them as like connectors. Like they can like put things back together and they can understand what draws people together, if that makes sense.
Completely, yes.
Yeah.
I had a question about a mouse. Why did you pick a mouse as their preferred animal, like as opposed to a falcon or a cat or like something bigger,
Yeah.
stronger? I don't know. Why'd you pick a mouse?
I felt it's kind of as you said, I think she's a very powerful character, but I wanted her to feel like a quiet, like she has a quiet strength in my opinion. Like I don't think she's the kind of heroine who, like I don't think she knows how to use a sword, like I think she's very clever, and I felt like she also downplays herself a lot, and that's also one of her strengths where I think a lot of people underestimate her.
Yeah.
um, and as you said, like, she's very big and she makes herself this little tiny creatures, but mouses are powerful. Like mice. I don't know why I said mouses.
Also,
Mice, mice are powerful in the sense of like they are not noticed. Like, and that is power in itself where she can kind of move around the castle, and no one cares because she's just like a classic vermin that there's hundreds of them within the castle. And I think that's a power within itself. I think she likes to hide, um, and yeah, be underestimated. So it was very natural in my mind for her to be kind of this like small creature that most people would overlook. That made sense for her character to me.
yeah, no, it did, especially at the end with that big bomb, with people overlooking her and then like knowing what she like made happen with her
Yeah,
intelligence and her
yeah.
cunning.
Yeah, and I do think, and again, like I think there's negatives to that too, right? Where she can be a little bit too, like she's very secretive. She's almost a little bit too close. So I'm interested in those aspects of her character too, you know?
I
Yeah.
was gonna ask if you thought, I mean, you pretty much said it, but do you think she is technically a heroine? Does she stay a heroine, or does she become a monster?
Ooh, interesting. I think I love her. I feel like I'll always root for her. I think she's gone through a lot. She has a lot of loss.
Hmm.
She really doesn't have a lot of people she can trust in the world. Um, and so I sympathize with her and I love her. And I think of her as a heroine, but I do think she's a little morally gray. But I love morally gray characters. So I think she is morally gray, but I love her.
I adore her, and I loved how she started becoming more confident and more self-resolved, and she was not gonna let them step all over her. And like how you said, there's more to like the characters. Like I feel like everyone has this underlying personality that like starts to bloom as it like goes, but you did it so well. And
Yeah.
so my next question is, do you think that Roland was innately good, or like not an asshole and he was just like putting up a front, um or was that on purpose? Like,
Yeah, I wanted him to feel kind of. arrogant at the beginning. I wanted the reader to be like, I don't know. I mean, I find Roland like extremely endearing, but again, yeah, I think you have to peel back the layers of him. And I totally think it's a front. I think he's extremely insecure. I feel like it's kind of like I don't know, these are all YA MMCs, but like I love like Carden and I love like Finnick Odair, like kind of these
I love
MMCs, yeah, like who have a little bit that you have to uncover about them before you understand why they are the way they are. And I think
it.
Roland is definitely one of those MMCs to me where he is so soft-hearted, but you have to get there. And I think he puts up a big front because he's scared and he's been used a lot and he's kind of been like exploited. And I think he also doesn't feel like anyone really loves him for him. Like I think because of his magic and stuff. So
Yeah.
I feel like Bianca is really the only person since am I back? Okay, since they've known each other since they were kids, to me, he kind of feels like she's the only one who really knows him. And I think he's scared to show different sides of him to people. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought he was a little vile in some parts, but I kind of figured that it was to protect himself, especially knowing like how disgusting the king was, and because of the position that he was in power, and like how people would want that, and their own plotting, political plotting, because there is that aspect to the story too. And then plus, once we find out about his mom, I think that it's all just his
Yeah.
humor, kind of.
Yeah. Like I think again, like I think he's a little morally gray as well in places, and I think he does things um yeah, to stay in power that I don't necessarily agree with, but I do hope that at the end, like he kind of is like this onion where I do hope the reader kind of understands him more at the end and loves him.
I did.
Yeah, but at the beginning, definitely. Like I think he's a little bit. He's a jerk, but he has more beneath him, in my opinion.
Yes.
Yeah,
So we touched on king, political power, intrigue, romance, but we haven't talked about the challenges.
yeah.
What was your inspiration for the challenges that they have to go through?
Do you mean like the tournament or
Yes.
yeah? So like because this is so tutor inspired, obviously there were a lot of like masks and tournaments. That's kind of what they would do for entertainment. So I knew I
Mhm.
wanted to have a tournament, but I didn't want I do think the plot is more murder mystery, political intrigue versus like
Mhm.
the tournament taking everything, but I did feel like the first round where they have to fight like the lion and the
The
bears
animal.
and stuff. Yeah, like I felt like that was a really good opportunity to show how powers worked.
Mhm.
And I felt like it was a so that was fun where I felt like we could have a Jupiter kind of like multiplying the animals and stuff like that. But that was real, like there were a lot of wild animals in the Tower of London. So all of that was like real inspiration. For that. And same goes with the second round. Like, I really wanted to show kind of how horrible these powers could be used. And also how so just kind of like seeing differing ways that magic, yeah, could be like utilized in horrible ways. Like to show like a prisoner's guilt, I think is so scary, like for a magician to be able to do that. So it was kind of that was really my thought process was like, and I also wanted one to be a little more physical and one to be a little bit more mental, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
No, it does. Why'd you pick the Tudors as opposed to another monarchy or another country? Like, why not Louis and Marie Antoinette? Like,
Oh, such a good question. I mean, I've loved the Tudors since I was young, and I like read Tudor and like Elizabethan history for fun. Like I just think it's a really interesting era.
same.
Um, I had one, I mean, I feel like I had not really seen it done before. And two, I felt like the tension of the era was really exciting to me in the sense of it felt like you could be someone like the king's best friend one day, and then you could be, a traitor the next day, and that's really, really scary. And I felt
Yeah.
like just the like navigating who you could trust or more so like who you could not trust. It felt very like a seesaw, very, yeah, a lot of tension that I was drawn to. And then, like, in terms of when the astrology aspect came into it, the tutors and they had astrologers, that's real. They all had birth charts cast and stuff like that. And Elizabeth the
Right.
First, like, coronation was planned via an astrology chart. So it's stuff like that where they did believe in this stuff. So then once those two came together, it felt very easy. But so I wanted to take like the political intrigue and the tension of that era, and also the aesthetics and the dresses and all that stuff, and the fashion,
Yes, her
and
pink
like the
haired pearl earrings.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But I
That's it too,
did,
especially like how you're mentioning all that, and then the king and his wives and the turnover, and
yeah,
how one could be blamed for one thing, but then like what were they actually planning? Yes.
yeah, no, and but I didn't want it to feel I love Hilary Mantel and I love Philippa Gregory. Like I didn't want it to be um like, oh, these are real historical characters here. Like, obviously, it is Second World, but I think if you like Tudor history the way I do, you
Mhm.
might find Easter eggs and be like, oh,
Yes.
that character has a little bit of this in there, and that's what I wanted. So I think if you like that era of history, you might feel like, aha, like I that's a twist on this person maybe. But if you don't know anything about that era, it's fine. Like
It's not going to
it's
matter. Yeah.
yeah, it's a total Second World, total new characters. Like so I think hopefully either way, it's fun.
I thought it was like a game, like as I was reading, because I knew that it was Tudor inspired. I was like trying to figure out what influenced and who influenced what and what character. Um, so much fun. How much like research did you do into astrology and the planets and horoscopes and all that, like prior to writing your book?
I did a lot. I mean, I love researching. I love being on like JSTOR and stuff. So like most people probably won't care about it the way I do, but I also think astrology also can be quite complex, and so I wanted to simplify it so it's not too confusing.
Mhm.
Um, so I kind of focused on the planets, but I did do a lot of research just in like what they would have believed kind of in the 16th century, 15th century, um, about astrology, especially like I wanted the planets to be the traditional planets, not so basically like in Tudor times, they did not know that um, the farthest planets existed because they only had the naked eye, they didn't have the telescope.
Mhm.
So that's why the last planet in my book is Saturn, because they just didn't know about the other ones. So stuff like that I
Oh,
wanted to feel
I didn't
accurate.
even pick up on that.
Yeah. Like they didn't know about Pluto or anything because they didn't have a telescope yet. Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
like
because
all the, yeah,
no,
it's
no,
all,
go ahead. I got
oh
excited,
no,
so I was gonna like
no,
nerd
no,
out
no,
a little
you
bit.
go, you go, you go.
I was gonna say because like even with the astrologers, the kings would like get them to map out the horoscope of like what the best day would be to like set off on a quest or to set off on like a battle or when the best time frame would be or most auspicious time to like have an heir or to make an heir, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah,
It's
super
really
cool.
cool. No, it's really cool. So I think
Yeah.
I kind of made it, I was like, that's cool. And then I made it almost more magician magical in my mind. Like, yeah,
Yeah, because
but
I'm
it's
trying
so
to think,
fun.
like even Marjorie Durdenmain, like before the turnover, like French king, oh gosh, 1400s. She was even like she had her own rooms under the dog tower, and she was visited and very looked sought after. But she would give remedies, and she would do the astrology, she would do the planning, and all that. But she wasn't considered a witch because she wasn't creating potions, and she wasn't like doing things with like alchemy, trying to make um, gold or stronger metals for.
Mm,
Uh, their weapons and all that, and so it's really cool.
it's so
But
interesting. It's so
yeah,
cool. No, it's so fun. I love nerding out about this stuff.
but it's just like ironic because just a couple of years later, like we have Henry who completely changes the church, completely uses witches, and then like head off Anne Boleyn, but like. prior to that, like they were literally going to them. They were sought after, looked up to. It's cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. So all your magicians have unique powers. Their planets drive their magic, their personalities. Who was your favorite character to develop?
Um, Probably Miranda.
Okay.
Um, which I know is not what most people would think. I'm really excited for people to read the book because I was really interested in having a woman be a Mars magician just because that obviously that planet is like associated with like masculine energy.
Yes.
Yes. And so I was really interested in having it be a woman, just kind of how I was interested in Roland being like a man with a typically feminine planet. Like I enjoyed playing with that. And um, so Miranda was a really interesting character in the sense of, again, I'm really interested in like, okay, she kind of starts out as this villain, and I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm really interested in like how people become the way they are, and if you were born into a Mars, like Mars in this world is like a very violent planet. Most of the magicians are used for like warfare and kind of violence in some way. And so I was just interested in how that would affect her. And I will say there's more from her in book two that I'm excited about.
Okay, so I was really curious how her character arc was going to like develop, and because she was mistreated, and I didn't know if she was going to stay. Tell me if I'm spoiling anything. Like,
Well,
if
yeah,
she,
we'll say that yeah, she definitely has she there's definitely like she's way more of a side character. Like she's not too featured in this book, but I'm interested in her. I think is what I'll
I want
say.
to know if she's going to be like a big part of book two, or if she's going to stay in that position that you gave her at the end without saying what.
I don't know.
Okay. Hmm.
But yeah, and I love writing Roland. Like I love writing Roland. His dialogue is so funny. Like I just think he's so funny, and I love his just like he's just so like I don't know, arrogant and funny to me. So I like writing his dialogue. And I loved writing like the banter between him and Bianca. Because again, I feel like Bianca is kind of the only one who calls him out,
Oh yeah.
you
And
know?
I love like when she's undercover and she's trying to get information from him, but he knows, and he like gets her to undress him, and all it's just like all their interactions are just so spicy,
Yeah.
yummy,
And it's
delicious.
like
I love it.
yeah, no, he's so fun to write. And also like yeah, it's just like fun because, um he also there's like a niche thing that I love in MMCs of like which Roland has because I just love it where they're just very like they like everything weirdly like clean and put together and
Yes.
he very much cares about like his appearance and like likes to fold things. I just think that's so funny and I just love writing him.
He was great. Let me ask, because there is that relationship and love aspect. Do you think that love is a source of power or vulnerability or both?
This is such a good question and this is literally what book 2 is about. Yeah, I think so. Obviously, Roland and Bianca, I think of them as a couple having, I don't know if they get together at the end of book 1. I don't know. We don't know. I won't spoil anything, but
Yeah.
they have a lot of shared loss, as I've said, and I think that is a something that they kind of have to work through together. Is like it by that I mean like they have lost a lot of the same people that they were both close to.
Mhm.
And I think in that sense, Bianca is very, very closed off at the beginning of this book. And I think a lot of her character arc is like, how do I let someone in if I could lose them?
Mhm.
And also just feeling inadequacy, not feeling like she was ever good enough for anyone really. And then Roland, I think, has a similar journey where he also just kind of feels like no one actually, like everyone, like the joke is like everyone at court is so in love with him because he's so beautiful and like, but I don't think anyone actually knows him or actually loves him because they don't really know him. So I think in that sense, that's why they were interesting to me, to in terms of like love being, a vulnerability. But then I think Roland also kind of like believes that his power is really about love. And so I think he believes that it's a strength, and he believes that, like, I think he says at one point, sorry, I need to find a phone charger. So we're
You're
going to
okay.
go this way.
Okay.
He says, like, I think love um, makes us stronger. And so I think he does believe that. But we'll see in book two.
I was gonna I was gonna ask also, do you think that love makes them naive or makes us naive? Because we haven't even talked about Prospero.
Oh yeah, I think well he's a really interesting character too. In my mind, I hope. Because my phone, which always is like, stop using Instagram.
It's okay.
um he Prospero's interesting to me because I think he is this kind of only Bianca's only father figure. Um Even though, so Bianca and Roland were both tutored by him, but Roland was a little older. So I feel like for Roland and then Prince Hal, I don't feel like Prospero is really their father figure, but Bianca is 7 when she comes to the court and kind of is Prospero's tutor. Like I think she's just so young, and so I think he's kind of the only parental figure she has, and so his loss is something that she really, really struggles with. And his acceptance is something she really, really wants. Um, so, yeah, I mean, I think in that sense, it is a vulnerability because I think she would really do anything to have his approval. And that I think is kind of a danger in my mind.
Because now I'm thinking her affection, her love for him, and wanting his approval, him being a father figure, but not so much for Roland. Like, does that include her decision making or how everything's gonna play out? Hmm.
It could. I don't know.
Okay. Let's see. Balthazar. Do we get a lot more of Balthazar? Does he come back? Like, is he who he appears to be? Can you tell us anything? Okay.
I will say, yeah, we'll learn more about him. I feel like we'll learn more about some planets and magicians in book 2 that we didn't as much in book 1. That's all I'll
Okay. Let's meet more, or let's talk more about you. Is that
say.
okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, little me. Yes, you. You're amazing. Let's see. If you could give a piece of advice to someone going through the quarry trenches, because you are literally with Fred Tower, like freaking amazing. What would it be?
When I was querying, it was one of the hardest. I queried for a summer, and it was one of the hardest times in my life. It's so hard waiting. Um, I got really into Love Island when I was querying. Um, I think what I usually say is like I had one offer and I love my agent so much, and like that's all it takes is one yes. And I think it is a lot about resilience too. I think this industry is a lot about um, receiving no's and picking yourself up from
Yeah.
those no's. And it's really, really hard. I always say that querying and then going on submission are two of like are really, really hard times for writers. And so distract yourself as best you can. And just remember that it takes one person to believe in you. It doesn't need to be 10, it's literally just one. And That's usually what I say. It's a hard time. I feel like anyone who makes it out to be like querying is so fun is lying. It's not
I
fun
don't
at
think I've
all.
ever seen anyone say that it's fun.
Yeah, no, it's horrible. It was, yeah. Yeah, and again, like I watched a lot of reality TV and played a lot of video games to distract myself. So
Yeah.
I definitely, as best you can, like to kind of like keep mental health good. I recommend just distracting yourself and just keep going and realizing that this is also subjective too. Like,
Yeah.
taste is subjective and you just need one person to love it.
Mhm. What was your best coping mechanism, or what do you do to balance the heaviness of social media? And obviously, there's going to be negativity, or too, like, it's exhausting creating just things to get new readers or to have them find you, to get to
Yeah.
know your story, to get to know you. How do you balance that? How do you cope?
Yeah, I love that question. I do find like I do love I am a very like creative person, so making like things fun for the book. But again, like I think it's having my fiance the other day was like, you need another hobby. So I was like, you're right. Um I do ceramics when I can. So I really like to like have some kind of craft that I do with my hands outside. I try to handwrite as much as I can too, just to like if I'm on social media a lot, it's kind of hard like typing. So I'll handwrite sometimes to just kind of feel like grounded.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I feel like just having hobbies is really good. And I play a lot of video games. But yeah, I mean but again, like I kind of find making like fun graphics, like I do enjoy doing that. So that's good at least. But I do think right now I'm writing book two and book one's about to come out. So I'm definitely in like more of a busy phase. I also am a bookseller here in Brooklyn, and I find that really, really grounding.
Shout them
Yeah,
out. Shout 'em out.
Thrift Bodice, and I love them,
Amazing.
and so that I find really grounding too. Just walking to the store and like interacting with customers and talking about other books makes me really, really happy, and just kind of stepping out of myself because I just love talking about the books I love. So all of those things, I think just having things outside of um, the upcoming release to be excited about,
Yeah.
I find really important as a writer. And I would recommend to anybody who has a book coming out or is working on another one or anything like that.
And it's a good time to figure out if you have a new talent. I was gonna say, when I was younger, because I'm such a history freak, I used to make my own little pen quills. So I would go to Michael's and
That's
get
so
like
cool.
feathers, and you can clean them out, and you can make ink out of markers. So like take the thing outside of the marker, dip it in water, and then I'll let you know. And because you like
That's
the
so
handwrite, I feel like
cool.
you would have fun with that.
I've been thinking of getting into calligraphy just because I feel like I would love, and I would love like a fountain pen and stuff like that. I have never gotten into that, but I feel like I would love
Yeah, it sounds really fun. I'm gonna ask you a couple of like speed round questions. Like, don't
Yeah.
even think about it, just go. And they're easy, I
Okay.
promise. Favorite movie that you could watch over and over and over again?
Oh, I love this movie with Ethan Hawke called Before Sunrise.
Favorite fun activity?
Ooh, I was gonna say reading. I need to think of something better. I love to just sit with my cat and read, honestly.
I mean, there's nothing better than cuddling with your fur babies. Favorite food?
Ooh, uh, fried rice.
Ooh, okay. Cold or hot weather?
Cold.
Okay. Favorite band or artist?
Florence and the Machine.
I was gonna say if you see something else. Secret fear.
I'm really afraid of like open ocean.
Ah.
Like I'm scared of a lot of things in regards to water. Like I'm scared of sharks. I'm scared of those amoebas that go up your nose. Like I'm scared
Yes.
of I'm scared of a lot of water-based things, I would say.
One of my biggest fears is the bugs that go into your brain and all that as a
Yeah,
nurse. And
that one. Yeah,
people
yeah,
do
yeah.
the neti
No,
pot and like don't know that you can't just use regular water from
no, that really, no, that's like my biggest fear. Like I'm telling you, that is like my biggest fear.
They
Yeah,
say that like if you have like really big fears that's like related to how you died in a past life. A tunnel that you could
that makes sense. That makes sense.
go down. A hidden talent. Well, you told us about the ceramics, so does that
Yeah, yeah. I feel like yeah, I'm pretty yeah, I would say ceramics is my hidden talent.
thank you. And then to close us off, when did you find out or when did you figure out that you wanted to be an author?
Um, I'm one of those where I was like a little kid. Like this is all I've ever wanted to do. Is like I wrote books when I was like 6. My mom was like, "Yay, these are great." Like 6 pages. But yeah, always, always,
But I love that she said they were great because I mean, you got to
always.
nurture it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. And to everybody that watched and listened to us, this is Banta, the author of The Court of Venus, which is gorgeous. I can't wait to get the special edition because there was so many spots for like art and it's like you won't get to see that. I'm like, what is it? Like I was trying to
I
picture
think
it.
we're revealing it soon.
Oh, I need to see the art. There's so many spots where I'm like, oh. And then when does it come out? If you want to tell the people.
September 29th.
Yay! Thank you so much for talking
Thank
to
you.
me.
You're the sweetest. I just have to say, like, your support means the world to me, and
Thank
I'm
you.
just so grateful that you read it. And thank you for loving it and for chatting to me. It means so much.
No, I no, thank you for talking with me and for going along with my little fangirl moment because I am obsessed and so in love with this world that you made and you have a lot of fans out there that have probably been voicing how much like you've taken up our mind, our thoughts. Like it's so
Thank
good.
you. Thank you.
So just keep going, giving us more, and thank you for creating such an amazing story and for talking with me.
Thank you. Thank you for reading and loving books. It's the best.
Yay,
All
go
right.
buy her book.
Okay. Thank you.